Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe to y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. I promise you, man, I thought I was the one that brought the drama and the attention to our first Storebox situation. No, Big G had drama, man. I look at Big G, the white dude ain't backing down. The white dude ain't backing down. White dude like, man, look, man. So they get to arguing crazy. I thought they were about to rumble. I was like, man, this joint crazy because everybody already know my Sally rumble. I'm going with him just like he gonna go with me. That was a lock. So I was just hoping he didn't because I'm like, man, we still got too much at stake right now. We just got in the room together. Ain't no need. So, like, I didn't break it up. But I came over there to let them know I was there. But I see him, I'm like, you gonna demolish this guy, man. Like, not saying I'm sleeping on the white dude, but like G was a psycho, man. Real talk, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, chill, man. Chill, bro, man. Like, chill out, bro. Like, what's up, bro? Like, what's good? He was like, nah, you gonna go get that money. You gonna go get that money. White dude was like, man, look, I'm gonna have the money in 10 minutes. I bet you that. I'm gonna have the money in 10 minutes. So the white dude squeezed past Big G out the cell. I thought it was gonna rumble right there. He squeezed past G out the cell. He shoot upstairs. He go talk to somebody else. I guess it was I was telling y'all the other dude, the Richmond dude that be Storebox. He come back down. He come back down the steps with some items. When he come back down the steps with some items, he come to the table. He was like, "Hey, your money go right here, man. Hey, your money." G was like, "Look, man, don't lie to me no more, man. Like real talk. And matter of fact, you don't come to me no more. You done. You can't mess with my Storebox no more." Hey, Weezy, hey, look, don't give him that. I'm like, I never was gonna give him nothing anyway, you know. I'm like, I don't really rock with dude. He's like, yeah, man, he a liar, man. So I walked down and I'm like, what he lie about though, bro? She was like, man, he talking about he was going to commissary. He's like, I watched everybody get their bag except him. He ain't get no bag. He was like, man, that man told me he was going to commissary. He been had his money on the books and all of that, man. That man a liar, man. That man a liar, man. I was like, well, he was like, he went and got the money from somebody. I was like, that is kind of cornball though. Like, don't come to the Storebox if you ain't got no money coming on store day, man. Like, that's like I say, like some people if you rock with me, if my homeboy that's from the town or something, like, yo, Weezy, look, I got dude owe me $30, man. Look, let me borrow such and such, man. I'm you know what I mean? I'm gonna get it back soon, you know what I mean? He ain't going to the store or nothing. But this is somebody I deal with. Like, I get that, you know what I mean? But for you to come borrow some money and you didn't even go to commissary, it's diabolical, y'all. So boom. Nevertheless, though, the white dude paid the bread, so he ducked the confrontation. But this is in one day that me and Big G was about to get busy over these cookies and cakes, y'all. Like this, this is one day action, man. So when we locked down, man, at 3 o'clock, man, me and him had to have a conversation. Like, and I felt like I was the one that kind of had to spot the conversation because me and bro would definitely build on a lot of things. So when we locked down and they walked past, I was like, yo, bro. I said, bro, look, I'm telling you, we had so much stuff in our cell. That joint started feeling cold. That joint started feeling like we had a freezer or something. I don't know what was going on. It was like we just had so much food, man. I was like, yo, look, bro. I said, man, we can't let these cookies and cakes break us, man. I said, we can't let this joint break us, bro. I said, man, at the end of the day, bro, I know it's good store, it's good money, having food and all this stuff. I said, bro, we gonna end up thrashing somebody over this, bro. I said, this is one of the main reasons I ain't want to rock with it. He was like, man, look, that come with the territory, man. He was like, man, that white dude, like, he lied. That was my fault. Like, I be trying to deal with everybody. But that's why I be at the door when you be telling me why I'm at the door on store day, because I'm watching everybody. Like, and G would do that. He'll stand at the door the whole time they doing commissary. The whole time, and he'll be on the door like an eagle. And he'll be like this. A mini Terminator, y'all. So boom. G never wanted to confess and be like, yo, I'm a Terminator, Weezy. Like, I used to tell him, like, yo, bro, I could be a Terminator, bro. He never wanted to, you know what I mean, admit he was a Terminator, but he definitely was, man. So, like, that's why bro did what he did. I understood it, man. Like, I was new to all the Storebox tactics of how you got to watch dudes and make sure he get in the bag and make sure you ask these questions. You got your receipt? Like, yo, sometimes you need to see the receipt. Like, he got to that point sometimes. Dudes be like, yo, let me see your receipt, bro. You going to the store? Let me see your receipt, then. You know what I mean? Call a dude bluff, because I'm telling you, man, like in prison, you're dealing with all the maniacs. You're dealing with all the dudes that know how to lie, like dudes that just larceny, that don't care, and all of that. So like, you got to be on point, man. You have to be on point when it comes to Storebox, man. So like, I'm letting the Storebox rock now, but more and more, I'm trying to like fall out of this joint. I'm trying to fall out of it a little bit because I don't really want to, like, not saying I'm leaving G out back. Nah, I wasn't, you know what I mean? But like, I was just like, if this was his thing, to be honest with y'all, man, like this was his thing. It never was my thing. But like on the strength that he was my celly, I was trying something new. I was trying something new, y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. I was trying something new, man. So a little time went on, man. And me and bro, you know, we successfully doing a Storebox. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm more a quiet partner. I'm a silent partner. I mean, I'm more a silent partner. But like, we got the Storebox in there, man. We got a bunch of stuff. Every time it's somebody's birthday or anytime we just need to buy something, like dudes coming in that joint, man, we just buying stuff from people, man. I'm talking about, we had a lot of this miscellaneous money. It was a whole lot of miscellaneous bread, yo. But nevertheless, me and bro is living, man. So it was this one guy that came in the joint, man. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't even gonna say where this dude from, man, but like, it's always somebody that, you know what I mean, that want to be more tougher than the next person and like still need a person. Like, I ain't get these people. I don't get these people either, but I'm pretty sure the dudes that been locked up can relate to this dude I'm about to talk about, man. But this dude just moved in, man. Kind of had a little size to him, man. He was from the 804. I'm gonna say that. He was from the 804. You know what I mean? And you know, him being a little size to him, he won't no lame. He won't no dude that dudes disrespecting. He won't on none of that time. But still though, he like to eat. So any dude that like to eat, they're gonna need a Storebox. Now, usually they'll lock in with where they from and all of that. But you might get in a situation where you're like, yo, who the Storebox? Yo, the dude from Richmond, the Storebox, man. Like, you know what I mean? Then you gotta go deal with the dude from Richmond. Like, if it was us. But he came into 3D, like when we was moved, they moved our old pod, moved our whole 4-building pod to 3D. So who's that's in 3D is everybody I know. And then me and bro is the one that was getting the pack. Well, I was getting the pack, and me and bro is the one with the Storebox. So like he had to deal with us. So like, you know, I'm glad G dealt with him. Cause I didn't want to deal with him, cause I didn't really like this guy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't about you from the 804, none of that. Like, cause I definitely rock with 804 dudes. It was just about his aura. Like, I'm not a fan of a guy that try to push his weight around, like to show that he's like tougher than everybody. Like, when I see you that type of dude, like, yo, cause every city got bad guys, every city got tough maniacs. But like, when you that guy that kind of like always just want to be gangster at all times, 24/7, like I don't like you. So I try not to even deal with you. I try not to even be in your presence, man. So like, bro, you know, like, me and him didn't have conversations, but I'm pretty sure the people from the 804 was like, yo, look, Weezy and G behind the La, and G be running the Storebox. I mean, Weezy got a little Storebox. So I'm pretty sure he heard that, because there was some dudes from the R that would come get it if they didn't get it from the other dude from the R. So like I say though, it was another dude in there that was Storebox, and he was from the R. Now, I don't know why the dude that just moved in, man, I don't know why he didn't even want to go to him to go Storebox. I don't know why I want to do that. But sometimes dudes from the same places, like they have disagreements and they don't want to rock with these people. It was either that or he was thinking that something was sweet over there with me and G. Like that's what I'm thinking, man, because this man comes straight to G. I see him talking to G first. So when I see him talking to G, you know, I pin the joint, you know what I mean? Him and G having a conversation. Him and G about the same size too. I see them having a conversation, you know what I mean? They talking. And I know G know this dude a maniac, but I also know he knows that G is a maniac as well. So they having a conversation and they talking. So G leave from him and go to the cell. So I'm downstairs watching the joint. G go to the cell. When G come back down the steps, G got 500 buns in his hand and another 500 buns in his hand. So when he come down the steps, I wanted to stop him, but I didn't. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I wanted to stop him, but I didn't, man. But I'm like, yo, bro. But I'm looking at the joint. I see him give the dude 5. I see him give him 5 joints. You know what I mean? 5 icy whites. Then he had the other joints. Dude was like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess the big dude was like, he didn't want those. So the big G was like, all right, G pull out a joint. He pull out the paper, and he wrote his name down in his face. You know what I mean? So the dude looking, making sure everything he writing down is right in his eye. He wrote his name down right in his face. So he wrote the name down, you know what I mean? Right in bro's face. Bro seen it and everything, man. So we go in the commissary, man, the next week. So after that, dude pulled up on me. I kind of thought that was weird for him to be pulling up on me, and you know what I mean? You done dealt with my roommate. So he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get 5 cinnamon rolls. What's up? That's how you talk. Hey, what's up, shorty? I'm trying to get 5 cinnamon rolls. What's up? I'm like, why you ain't holler at my celly? He like, I'm hollering at you. What's up? I'm like, you hollering at me? I'm like, I ain't got nothing, bro. You got to go through him. How about that? Tell me you ain't hollering at him. Yeah, go holler. You gotta go holler at him. If you want to eat them icy whites, you want them cinnamon rolls, y'all. So boom. Yeah, how about that? So I'm like, nah, you gotta go deal with him. Yeah, you gotta deal with him. So bro, I already know he was mad. I already know he felt some type of way, man. But like, you know what I mean? A dude like me, man, like I found myself in all of this, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like, I told myself that, like, yo, this ain't for you, because being a Storebox makes you vulnerable to too much stuff. It has somebody sizing you up. It has somebody looking at you like, yo, I might can take this, or it might have somebody thinking that I want what's yours. Like, and that's not how I do my bid, man. So like, more and more I started feeling uncomfortable with this stuff, man. But I still had to adapt. I still had to be me. I still wasn't trying to play that, man. So I look up. I see him go up to my cell. So bro got the cut up. G got the cut up. So I said, yo, bro, you got the cut up, bro. He looked down at me like, basically growled at me for real though. But he was like, he walked away, you know what I mean? So I feel the energy. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. So I go to the door right after he leave, and I talk through the crack of the door, because I don't know what G was doing in there. I'm like, hey, bro. I was like, bro, what you doing number 2? He was like, nah, I was doing something. What's up? I said, yo, look. I said, man, the maniac dude from the 804, man. I said, man, that man come ask, can he get some 5 cinnamon rolls for me? I told him he need to holler at you. When I look down, I see the dude watching me. He know I'm telling G this. He know I'm telling G to count. He know, bro, this is my son. This is my guy. I'm definitely telling him. Plus, you his size right anyway. Y'all the same size bracket. So I'm telling him. He like, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro. I was like, man. I was like, why you think he came to me though, bro? After he came to you and dealt business with you already. He was like, man, for real, I don't think I'm gonna mess with him no more. He was like, he too aggressive, Weezy, man. He like, hold on. So I bro flushed the toilet. And bro put the cut down here and washing his hands real quick. He came to the door. The door was still locked. He was like, hey, bro. He was like, for real, man, like, bro, too aggressive. I don't know if he thinking, like, oh, like, it's sweet or something. But he was like, I ain't feeling his attitude. Like, you ain't gonna come borrow my stuff and have an attitude, bro. He was like, he must be a dude that don't like Norfolk dudes or something. So I'm like, man, I was like, man, for real, though? I was like, man, like, he watching us now slightly. G was like, G looked over my shoulder. He was like, let him watch. Like, he ain't gonna say nothing. He gonna have that bread. He was like, but nah, though, when he come up here to ask me for something, I'm gonna clap him. I ain't got nothing for him, bro. Like, he got me mixed up, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, like, this could be a potential situation, us against Richmond. And I'm like, all over what? All over 5 cinnamon buns? All over some honey buns, man? Like, this is how prison is, y'all, though, man. Like, dudes will put everything on the line all for some freaking gas station food. Like, and there's nothing you really can do about it, because it's yours. You got to protect what's yours, regardless if it's honey buns or cinnamon rolls or real money. You got to make sure you hold it down, y'all. So, boom. Now, bro was giving off crazy energy, man, to the point where I felt like, you know what? It was another dude in there from the that wasn't even on that type of time period, man. Like, he was more, like, he wasn't his biggest dude, but like, he was more, you know what I mean, political. He was more like, you know, like, if a dude from Richmond wilding out in a different way, like, he'll go straight in it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he was the toughest from their city, but he was one of the ones that, you know, like, dudes had respect for him. So like, he didn't run around on that type of time. Even when the big dude moved in the pod, all the little dudes that was in there from Richmond, they all started hanging with him and being around him all day and hitting the la-la with him, because they felt like they had a bigger protector dude in there. But that don't matter if you ain't got no motion. That man coming to borrow honey buns, man. Now, I'm not saying this don't happen from Norfolk dudes to Richmond dudes, but this in this particular story right here, this is how it's going down, man. So like, I'm watching how everything is unfolding. All the dudes from the little younger dudes, they all around bro now, like they protecting and all of that. But bro still coming behind, and they cut borrowing 500 buns and stuff. So I didn't like how this whole thing was going down, man. So when they did cell break, G came out. He had his cup in his hand. He made sure he had his shoes on. He was strapped up, so he cut out the steps. You know what I mean? He cut out the steps. He see me. I see him. He walked to the joint watching him, and I looked up. I seen the big dude kind of like jet across the pod. Like, not really jet, but he moving. He walking across the pod. And I see him meet bro at the ice joint. So when he go to the ice joint, I don't know what they saying, you know what I mean? But I just see G, I just read G lips. G like, nah, bro. I ain't, you know what I mean? So dude like, oh, you ain't got no more cinnamon buns. G was like, nah, I ain't got no more. I ain't got no more for you, bro. Like, I ain't got no more for you, bro. So he was like, oh, you do business like that? You do business like that? That's how you do business then. All right, then, when store they come, then get your money from the rough then, shawty. Get your money from the rough then, shawty. I'm looking back like, all over gas station food, y'all. So boom. This is crazy now. Dude saying he bucking. I looked at G. G was like, man, listen, man, I'm coming for my money on store day, bro. Ask anybody, bro. Ask anybody that know me. I'm coming for my money. So you can say all what you saying. Like, I ain't, all right. I ain't finna argue with you. We ain't going back and forth for none of that. But on store day, you gonna see my face. Dude, like, well, that's what it is then. That's what it is then. I'm like, shh. You know what I mean? Now I walk up, my other homeboy walk up. You know what I mean? A couple of richer dudes walk up. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy right here, man. Like, I didn't understand this, man. But, like, this is why I kind of wanted to holler at the other dude from the you know what I mean? Like, I had to see what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy right here. So I go holler at bro. You know what I mean? I holler at bro. I say, yo, listen, man. What's up with this dude y'all got, man? I said, what's up with dude, man? He was like, what? I was like, man, come on, man. I said, since dude came in the pod, dude been letting off crazy maniac energy. You know what I mean? He one of them old turned up, always trying to be thugged out all day long, bro. I said, man, listen, man. We ain't on that type of time. I said, it just so happened we the ones with the Storebox. I said, why he keep coming out of Storebox all aggressive and all that? I said, ain't nobody gonna do no business when he all that aggressive, bro. He was like, man, look, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Like, for real, he was from the other side of town, shorty. Like, I know him, you know what I mean? We was in the jail together. He was like, but, man, like, he wild, though. I'm letting you know he wild. Like, man, listen. He was like, I'm be honest with you. Ain't nothing I could tell him. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, so what you saying? Like, we just gonna get it on in the joint. That's what y'all saying. He was like, nah, I ain't saying that. Like, you know, like, that's, you know, like, he don't be talking to me. You seen him talking to me since he been in the pod. And I thought about it. I'm like, I didn't see him talking to because it was the dude I'm talking to. It was him and his roommate. They was two official dudes from the you know what I mean? Like, official, like, you know what I mean? Like, a little older than me, like, had a good reputation. He liked to get a little money, all of that. So he was like, bro, you seen him talking to me since he been in the pod? I'm like, nah, I haven't though. After I thought about it, I'm like, nah, I ain't even see him, bro. I ain't see him talk to you, man. I was like, man, but for real though, man, like, something got to shake though. He was like, man, he was like, it is what it is, bro. He was like, look, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. You know what I mean? He was like, he from the but like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, listen, we ain't even trying to do it like that. I was like, G gonna rumble him anyway, you know what I mean? So he like, yeah, I mean, I don't care. He basically just blew it all. So I was like, cool, you know what I mean? So when we locked down, G was like, look, man, I'm telling you, G was super pumped up. You know what I mean? Because this is a dude his size. This is a dude that, you know what I mean? This band just basically told my bro he bucking in his face. Man, G was super pumped up, man. G said, man, I'm telling you, Weezy, man, I'm telling you, watch. Soon as these doors pop, after they do store day, I'm going to his sale. He ain't gonna give my money or we fighting. I'm telling you, bro, we gonna fight, bro.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.